all the way down, that's all oily. Like, it's a oily mess. The rest of my face is pretty much normal. It's pretty much, you know, kind of chill. So I'm gonna show you guys how to get my summer foundation. Oh, I didn't do my brows. BRB. Hello, my name is Amanda, and no one knows who the fuck I am, but popular requests about 3 people, I started a YouTube channel. This YouTube channel, it's gonna be for makeup. You know, what else are people running to YouTube for? For makeup, not for hair, because I can't do my own, so I would not be of any help to anyone else. I have almost no talent, but I'm really good at beating my face. If you want to see my summer foundation routine and learn how to keep your oily skin in check for the summer, keep on watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I upload, since this is my first one, I don't really know if I'm gonna have a schedule. If this video doesn't kill me to edit, I'll upload like every week. That's a promise. That's a good promise. Every week. Yes, I like that. So keep on watching, subscribe. Thank you so much. I'm back. Put my brows on. For my brows, I use the Benefit Precisely My Brow in shade number 6. Come on, autofocus. Alright, whatever. I like this brow pencil a little bit better than the Brow Wiz because it's super precise, hence the name Precisely My Brow. And then I use the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Amande to like carve out my brows. I'll do a brow tutorial like eventually. It's taken me years to get my brows to look like this, and they don't even look that good, so I don't even think you want a brow tutorial for me. But first things first, we prime. So I use about 17 different primers. Just kidding. So the first primer I use is the Too Faced Hangover RX primer. The reason I use this primer, we're gonna pretend that I already moisturized. I did, like this morning, but it's like 4 o'clock at night. In the afternoon. I use a moisturizing primer too because this primer is super sticky and it helps your makeup stay. I put on way too much. It helps your makeup stay on for a longer period of time, and no matter what type of skin you have, you need to put the primer on, sister. Like, it's not optional. I'm looking at a mirror, by the way, in case you're wondering. You need a mirror to do your makeup. Thank you very much. I use this primer because it's sticky, it's super tacky, and it does help your makeup hold on longer. And added bonus, it's hydrating. In case you didn't. That probably wasn't even right. But see, my sticky. Clean hands. Don't be dirty. Next primer that I use is the Becca Ever Matte Poreless Perfecting Primer. This primer was the shiznit back in the day, and for me it still is, because this is the most mattifying primer on the market. Like, when I'm ew, what the hell? She's a little wet. Hold on a second, just a little wet. Hello. So this is the most I'm a disaster. The first YouTube video already a mess. She's a bit of a mess, but this is the most mattifying primer on the market. When I say this shit is matte, and you should only use, like, on my hand, it's wet, so like it's not as accurate as it should be, but usually it's like literally like a pea, an actual pea, not like a concealer pea where you dump the whole thing in your freaking hand, like an actual pea size amount. Otherwise your skin is gonna feel like the fucking Sahara Desert. So I'm placing this all in the areas where I get pretty oily, so that's what I just told you. Down my nose, T-zone, my chin. And this is also, I do this more in the summer. I'm still oily in the winter, just not as oily. So I'll use a different mattifying primer in the winter. Personally, I have not found a drugstore mattifying primer that has even come close to working for me. So like, I can't give you a drugstore option. This travel size, I think it's $15, and I've been using it for over a year. So do what you want with that information. Pressing that into my skin, you see it leaves a little bit of a cast. It's not too bad. I can't see it on camera, it doesn't really matter. Oh, fudge. So now I'm gonna be taking onto Laura. This is the Laura Mercier Medium Deep Translucent Powder. Focus, please. Thank you so much. This is lagging. So I take this powder. I'm going in with a damp beauty blender, a real beauty blender, not the fake ones. This is the wrong beauty blender. And I'm placing it in all the areas that I get extra oily or that makeup tends to move and separate. So for me, that's my smile lines, which are these things. My upper lip and moustache area. Place it down my nose, not piercing though. And then I place it on my forehead. Alrighty. I don't take it all over my face because you're wasting product, and my face, the outer perimeter of my face does not get oily whatsoever. It stays pretty normal and pretty nice and lovely. There is not, there's not a drugstore powder that's as dark as that Laura Mercier one. Only one that's kind of the same hue is the CoverGirl powder in like deep or something, or it's like, I mean, I don't really know, but it's a pretty good powder. I used that for the first like year I did makeup. It's pretty good. It's not as good as Auntie Laura, but she's pretty good. I tried to do makeup without music for YouTube, but I can't do it. So I put a little music on. If you can hear it, enjoy Everything Is Love by Jay-Z and Beyonce. So now that I powder my face, I leave it on. I don't really like bake or anything because it's too early for that. But the next thing that I put on is usually liquid highlighter. But in the summer, I don't put on liquid highlighter because y'all are not understanding how oily I get. So if I have that liquid highlighter, I put on liquid highlighter later, then I put on powder highlighter, and then I sweat. I would look ridiculous. No, we're not doing that. So the next step I do is I put on my foundation. This is my all-time favorite foundation right now. It is the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation in the shade Hello, New Caledonia. So I'm gonna put out 17 pumps in the back of my hand. That kind of wasn't exaggerating. That was like 7. The pumps on this shit is so small, so it's like, it'd be 3 regular pumps. The reason I use a beauty blender to blend this out is because I do think a beauty blender, it gives you a much more natural coverage. If you want like the beat face, you can get it with a beauty blender. You just have to go do like 10,000 gazillion layers, and I don't have time for that. And I've been liking the look more super natural makeup. I don't really know why. Because in the summer you want to be like light and flowing and happy and stuff, you know? You know, no one's watching this, but you know, of course. She looks a little crazy on camera, but it's my shade, I promise you. A couple more pumps for me 5 head. This is the Beauty Blender Pro, the black one. I prefer this one. People say there's not a difference between the like, there's like 5 of them, but I like kind of think there is. Like the black one is the one that really works for my face. And then I use the pink ones for like highlighters, like liquid highlighters and stuff. I don't really know if I'm crazy or if there actually is a difference between them. Beauty blenders will also keep your makeup, like I said this before, but I'm gonna say it again for people who didn't listen. It gives you a much more natural, like this is my skin but better look. And that's what I like to go for this summer. I mean, not everyone is like that kind of girl. Some days I'll do like the full cake face, and for that I'll use a brush. But for when I want my skin to look like skin, especially with this foundation, I'm using a beauty blender. And it takes up the excess product so that your face doesn't look cakey. Excuse the fact that I look like a crackhead. I came from work. I teach gymnastics and cheers, so the hair had to be up. Okay? Thank you very much. So now, my brow disappeared. So now what I do is I take a flat, if I can find one. I take a flat, this is the Morphe M224. My camera was just having a heart attack for no fucking reason. I take 1 drop of my foundation and I use this to carve out the top of my brows. This is part of a brow tutorial that I'll do like eventually. anyone ever actually watches this channel, which they won't, it's okay. And I just use this to cover the top of my brows. Let's tone this down, I want to get copyrighted. I'm just blending it out. Not like really blending it out, but I'm kind of blending it out. Then take the beauty blender. You want to squeeze the butt like this. One way up here like anyone's up there. And you want to use this and press it and bounce it into the skin. Thank you so much. So now we have a face. Yes, ladies, we have a face. If the color looks a little bit crazy, calm the fuck down. This is my skin. I know what matches me and this matches me. Alright, so this foundation gives you a beautiful, like natural satin matte finish, I would say. A drugstore, it's not a dupe of this, but the only drugstore foundation that I really do like is Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. I wear the shade 368. Another good one that I do not feel like going up to go get is the Black Opal Liquid Foundation. That gives you like it's a dewy. She's a dewy finish, but it's gorgeous. That it just will not last for long on oily skin. Like I can't wear the foundation more than like 2 hours. I'll look ridiculous. But it's a gorgeous foundation. Don't get me wrong. Gorgeous foundation. Alright. Now it's time for concealer. Okay. I was gone for a minute because I changed the memory card, but all I've been doing is just pouncing, being under all over my face. I actually blend my foundation about 5 whole minutes. I know, crazy, right? But that's because I want it to look extraordinarily skin-like. Yeah. You don't want to... It's soft, light pounces. You don't want to dig into your skin because then you get little pounce marks and you look like a clown. Alright, we're done with that. Alright, so for concealer, I usually use 2 concealers. I layer my concealers. I really do like to. I didn't need to say any of that. But I really like to layer my concealers. I'm going to be using, this is the Tarte Shape Tape. This is in the shade Deep Sand. Yeah, this thing isn't working. We're going to have to fix that. Alright, so with concealer, I see a lot of people doing the triangle method. That's like, in a sense, what I do. But I like to use less concealer in the summer so that it won't like, because I have creases, I have natural creases underneath my eyes, so my concealer is going to crease regardless. So I like to use less concealer, a little bit less. It's still a lot. A little bit less concealer, so it won't crease as easily. That makes sense. You want to conceal, like highlight, conceal the highest points of your face and places that you want to highlight. When you highlight something, you're bringing attention to it. So if you don't want to bring attention to it, don't put shit there. So I like to highlight in the middle of my face, which is what most people like to do. Kim Kardashian's like a makeup artist did that a while back, and I started doing it. So I'm using the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. This is, okay, when people say it's a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape, it kind of is, but it has a bit of a lighter feel to it. So is it better? Yes. But I still like to use the Tarte Shape Tape because this concealer like blurs in a way that this one really doesn't. I like to use both. I'm just taking, that's too much. I draw 1, 2, 3. That's it. We're not going crazy. Some of you are sitting there like, that's still a lot of concealer, Amanda. Bitch, I already know. I have a lot of things to cover up. Okay? Again, going on the same areas. Just going over it. I just really like to layer my concealers. This is completely optional, but something that I really like to do. So, I let my concealers sit. This takes the most amount of coverage while using the least amount of concealers. Oh my god, we love mathematics. So, for contouring, I use the Fenty Beauty Match Stick in the shade Espresso. I love autofocus. So, how Fenty, her name, Rihanna's makeup artist, says to use this is you warm it up on the back of your hand. What that means is you take it, you swirl it around. I figured some of you already know this, but some of you don't. So like, you gotta tell everyone. And that's warming up the products. Then you put her away, she's clocked out, she's done. Then I like to take an e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. This is a pretty dense foundation brush, but I like to use it for this contour. So I pick, oh, where to go? Pick up that product. It's already warm. It's gonna be warm equals easier to blend. Pull back my hair, and I start placing this product. So where you contour is the hollows of your contour in the hollows of your face. So I like to make my forehead a little bit smaller. So I'm bringing this darker color to make the forehead appear smaller. Pick up some more. I go right here, down underneath my cheekbone to give me some cheekbones because I don't have any. Same thing on the other side. And a little goes a long way with this product, so you don't need to really like go back and reapply. As long as they're still brown, dark brown on your hand, you have enough product. This is how I get my jawline since I'm trying to get a little skinny. How I'm blending this is I'm not going like this because it'll take your foundation off. Huh? Yeah. You want to keep it on. So I do little kind of placing motions, and I do more circular motions. Alright, this side of my face too. This is my bad side, sorry for showing it to you guys. And I go right down underneath my chin. In the summer, I don't really like to, I put more cream products on my face than I do powder products. The reason being, it just looks more like skin to me. Have your own opinions, but the cream looks more like skin to me, and that's why I do this. Now, how I get the really, you gotta be careful with this. I take my ColourPop concealer. I need you to watch what I'm doing. I'm taking off literally almost all the product. Saw that? I go right underneath where I put that contour. I'm drawing a very small line. This concealer is very, very full coverage, so you don't want to put way too much on, especially for this part. What doing this reverse contouring does is, okay, because companies don't really make contours dark enough for us, so sometimes you have to just do this instead of contouring too, but luckily we have companies like Fenty which do make contour products available for us dark skin girls. So what this does is this makes the contour seem a little bit more, if that makes sense. Definitely didn't. Take a beauty blender. I only use beauty blenders for this whole first part of my face. Taking the pointed end. Press and blend. Pouncing motions. I use the side of it now because we're doing it in a much more precise area. The butt is for all over the face. The side is when you want to get in precise nooks and crannies. What doing this reverse contouring gives you is cheekbones, and I don't have those, so we need to fix them. You can see this a lot better. Using this side, blending all the way down. I blended almost to right there. So you want to make it disappear. So right now it looks a little harsh. Take the butt where your foundation was. Hello? Yes. And now we have the appearance of cheekbones. And we have appearance of jawline, which is what exactly I want to achieve. Sorry. You see? I hope you can actually see. All right, so my concealer is sitting here. What leaving your concealer on for a longer period of time is going to do, it's gonna make it more tacky. So all you have to do is now blend around the edges, and all this coverage is gonna stay. Instead, if you just put it on and you blended it out immediately, the coverage kind of disappears. And these are two really full coverage concealers, so I want to keep them that way. I bought them for them to be full coverage. I don't want them going medium now. That makes sense? So before I start blending this out, I want to get my powder ready. So for my where that it's highlighted, I like to use the Beauty Bakery Flour Powder, the original flour powder. I use it in the shade Yellow. It's a very light yellow actually, and a drugstore, not really drugstore, you have to order it online I'm pretty sure, is the Sasha Buttercup. This is a really good powder as well. It's a little bit deeper than the Beauty Bakery one, but I like the Beauty Bakery one better because it has a kind of blurring effect that I need with my textured ass skin. Common sense, guys. So I open up the Beauty Bakery powder. Sorry you can't see it. I'll help you. Take the cap, dump some into the cap. I really like the packaging of this. It's kind of like the packaging for, okay, I can't do this all the way up there, sorry guys. It's like the packaging for Artist Couture highlighters, so it keeps the product in, so you're not wasting anything. So I get it prepared because I have very, very creasy under eyes, so I need to keep it. Cheers. I use two different beauty blenders. This one that I've been using this whole time, which is for my creams. This is the one for powders. But the mix, they mixed the beginning of this video by accident, but like it's fine. But I don't like the mix. This is powder, this is, you know, creams and stuff. So I start on my chin. I use the butt for this so I can get, because I love a good chin highlight. I don't know why. This looks like really nice and really warm and really pretty and gorgeous and beautiful, amen. On my upper lip, the reason I put a stripe there is because I have a really dark area around my whole face. So putting that stripe is going to cover up the mustache area, make it look like I don't have one. Now I'm taking, I want to do precise. I'm going to do my nose. Precise equals the side. Sorry, I need to look in the mirror for this. Let's not be crazy. All right. Y'all see that? Yes. Now, I don't want to mess up the brows that I just did way too much work on, so I'm going to be using the precise side of the beauty blender. A lot of people ask me, should I spend $20 on the real beauty blender? The answer is yes, because I'm telling you, every sponge works differently, but there's no sponge like the beauty blender. There's a lot that are pretty similar, but there is truly and honestly, truly no sponge like the beauty blender. Like, this is untouched when it comes to blending out cream products. Like, no one can touch her. People have tried. They come pretty close, but it's not. It's just. All right, now for under eyes, I have my powder beauty blender already dipped into the powder. It's already ready. I do side by side. See how I'm only blending out really the edges? I'm gonna go in and blend a little bit up there, obviously, because I'm not leaving the house looking like this. But I blend out the edges to get that kind of airbrush coverage. Then I go in a little bit. I look ridiculous. But you see how that coverage stayed there? That's because I allowed my concealer to set. I don't look low budget anymore. I look wealthy. Oh, wow, handsome and wealthy. We love that for me. Blending, blending. That was so fucking ugly. Using the butt, the foundation was to blend around Miss Beauty Blender. So it blends into my foundation. My skin looks amazing. We love that for me. Now, you'll see this? You'll see this skin? We're gonna be taking, no we're not. No we're not. Ignore what I just said. Blend out the creases one more time. Blend out, get that powder. 1, 2, 3, and we set the crease, not set the creases, but we like set it to avoid the creases. Pat, 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 pick it up. Powdered. Now we're gonna take the rest of the powder that's in this cap and use that to set everywhere where there's just concealer. The reason I'm supposed to use, so notice I'm using a powder that's clearly way lighter than my actual skin tone, is because we just worked so hard. I worked so, sister struggled to put all that highlighting and concealer all over my face. I don't want to go with like my face shade of powder and ruin all of my hard work. Really powdering. I have very oily skin, so we're gonna powder, even though I'm not going anywhere. We have a powdered face, and now we're gonna put away the the Booty Bakery powder. We're gonna go back to Laura Mercier Medium Deep Translucent Powder. I go back to using this more skin tone powder for this step, is just simply because I want it to look like a reverse contour, but not like I put ash underneath. Even though that powder is not ashy, it's just the way it would look. It would just look too harsh. And like some people like that, I just personally don't. I prefer more warm reverse contour and a little bit of a darker. Like I prefer more, a more natural reverse contour. And I drag the powder down because we reverse contoured all the way down to here. We need this whole space to be a little bit lighter than that dark line. Pouncing in. See, I have cheekbones, not cheekbones. I have a more structured face now, which is what I want. All right, putting the powders, not patting the powder. All right, so I let that sit, the powder right here. I don't really, okay, the word baking. People associate baking with literally taking tremendous amounts of powder and just all over your face. It doesn't really work for me. I think it gives me a very, especially since I like using these lighter powders, for me, this is all for me. Please don't attack me in the comments. It gives me a very washed out, only almost ashy appearance, and I didn't work this hard and do this for this long to look ashy when I leave the house. So I don't like to bake that much. I let it sit for about however long it takes me to do my bronzer, which is like 45 seconds. That's how long I bake. I'm gonna be taking my Morphe M527, gorgeous, big. It looks like a mother Morphe M433. It's kind of skinny right here, but it's big and fat at the top. And then I'm dipping into, I'm not gonna show this on camera because this is so broken and so busted, but it's the CoverGirl Queen Emily bronzer. And what else will I be using? There's no other bronzers for dark skin available on the market. Fix that. I'm putting it basically everywhere that I contoured, and then I take this bronzer on my chin, again circular. Circular will get you more like blown out, and going like this will get you more precise and a harsher line. That's why with bronzer, I typically I start out like that, but then I start taking it in circles because it's supposed to be like a bronze, a neat bronze space. You'll see how much a bronze they look. There we go. There we go. So talented. All right, now I'm gonna be taking a random Morphe brush that came from a set, and I'm using this. It's almost like a miniature but denser version brush that I just used, and I'm using it to wipe off all of this. I don't have an alternative for a bronzer because literally that's the only bronzer that even comes close to working for my skin tone. So it's all I use. Thank you very much. Fix the problem. Thank you. What the hell's the door? I'm not getting it, serial killer. So the next step is I look good, but I look a little bit powdery. So what I like to do is I like to use the MAC Fix Plus spray, which is not a setting spray, it's a finishing spray. I spray this, oh God. Hello? I use this, and what the MAC Fix Plus does is I don't want to say melts the powder into your skin because some people don't like when nice people say that, but it basically does that. It melts the powders into the creams and gives your face the appearance of looking more skin-like. This whole purpose of this makeup for me is to look just more skin-like. Using my fan so it dries faster. But you see, I don't know if you can really tell, but it already looks a little bit more skin-like. Next step is going to be blush, if I can find that. I always use the MAC Format blush. This is a really pretty peach, has a little bit of sheen into it, a little bit of apricot blush. I use a Morphe brush from a random set. Style. See, it has a little bit of sheen to it, so it is a little bit of like a highlighter and a blush in one. I put blush everywhere. All right, so for highlighters, I like to stick in the summer with a more gold tone highlighter so you can get the look. You know what I'm talking about. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit, the sun dipped one. It's an old one. I think this came out in 2016, maybe. It's old, but it's fucking gorgeous. This is the inside. I'm mainly mixing the shades Bronze and Summer. So what I like to do is I take my Morphe M501, which is a big tapered highlighting brush. I take the Tatcha Dewy Skin Mist, which is quite expensive, but it really works. And a good alternative for this is the Pixie Glow Mist. That's still kind of expensive, but like they're both the same thing. Milani Make It Dewy Spray is pretty good too, but my nozzle's broken, so I can't use it anymore. I spray it onto the brush, take off the excess because that, she does some stuff. I dip into both colors, dust off the excess again, look in my mirror, and apply the highlighter. I apply highlighter in a C shape, taking the same colors again, going on the other side. I go it up into my brow bone because summer. Taking the same colors again. Not spraying any more of that Dewy Skin look on my brush because that stuff, spray it once and done. Taking the same colors, I'm basically putting highlighter everywhere that I put a highlighting concealer. Going on my nose. I'm going to go back and do a more precise nose highlight, but just this for now. You don't want to go like I just want a little ham, but you don't want to go super ham because you're gonna end up looking dewy and glowy throughout the day. And if you have too much highlighter on your skin, you're gonna look like chicken grease. And I mean, if you want to look like that, like go ahead. I love that for you, but I don't like that for me. Okay, thank you so much. I don't know, I just put it away because I still have to do my nose highlights. So I'm taking a tiny, and it's the first tiny brush I see. This is the Morphe 169. I'm taking just the color Bronze, that deep bronze shade right there. I live for Rudolph moments. Same brush, same color, right here. I don't take my nose contour all the way down here because that'll ruin the effect of a nose contour. Wow, I really look like Rudolph right now. And I blend it in a little bit. You still want to keep it, if you're going for nose contour, you might as well go for the nose contour and really do it to the girls. So you don't want to like blend it out into nothingness because it didn't work this hard for nothing. So I'm blending a little bit further down. Take the excess. I like to, this is personal, a lot of this is personal preference. I like to keep it right there, not any further, so that it can look like it's contoured around the sides. When it's not, but like just to look like it. Last thing I do is I wipe just a tiny bit of whatever left on my lips. And I'm using the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb. I don't put lip liner on when I'm just doing an everyday look. And I'm not wearing lashes for this look, so I'm especially not putting lip liner on because I just equate the two together. Using this to get, as I said, natural flush of color across my lips. There's no overlining here. This gives you very brown. I should have wiped off more of my foundation in retrospect. But I don't fucking care. I don't even put mascara on when I'm doing this look, you guys. Like, I just keep it this because this is gonna be hot enough as it is. Oh, and I take the same brush that had the highlighter on, and I put whatever's excess, whatever's left in the inner corner to brighten them up a little bit. There's not much left, but we're gonna pretend that there is. All right, this is the finished look. You can take this, I use the Milani Make It Last setting spray to spray my face. Let's see. Oh. Okay. this is the completed look. It's really simple, it looks just like skin. That was the point, for it to look just like skin. I'm pretty proud of it. This is my makeup that I do. I don't wear makeup like at all. Like, I wear makeup to do looks and that's it. But this, if I was gonna wear makeup, it'd be this. The only difference is I might put some lashes on. But this is my summer beat. I really love her. She doesn't move, period. I won't allow her to move. She does not move all day. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video. There will be a next one. Don't worry about it. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.